We'll bring this meeting of the Douglas Cable Advisory Committee of Monday, June 11th, 2018 to order. We'll start off the meeting by mentioning that we do still have one vacancy on this committee, and we'd love to have you join us. If you are so inclined, you can get in touch with us at cable@douglasma.org or call 508-476-4000, extension 222, and we can give you more than you'll ever want to know about the Douglas Cable Advisory Committee. The actual first item of business tonight is the committee reorganization, which we do every year after the selectmen's meeting, after the town meeting. I would call for nominations for the chair.
I nominate Tom Devlin for chair.
I'm going to nominate Fred Fontaine. It's any others? Because Fred has graciously said that he could take over the reins of running the thing. So,
so Paul would have to nominate me, so you can second it.
okay.
I nominate Fred Fontaine for chair.
I'll second that. Because I guess we didn't have a second on the first one, so. Any other nominations? All in favor of having Fred Fontaine as the chair of the Douglas Cable Advisory Committee, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's 2 votes. And that was yours, Fred.
Yeah, very good.
Want to take it over from here, or you want to take it over from there?
You can continue on.
Oh, I can?
Well, today, if you run this one, and then
Okay, very good.
mental notes.
We're doing a vice. Do we have a vice chair, or are we?
Yes, we do have a vice chair. We'll take nominations for the vice chair.
I'm going to nominate Tom Devlin for vice chair.
Second.
Any other nominations? All in favor of Thomas Devlin as being the vice chair of the Cable Advisory Committee, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll continue on then. Expenditures for the month of May. We had full-time wages of $2,339 and part-time wages of $773 for total wages and salaries of $3,113. Other expenses included county retirement of $69. We had postage of $61, which was for returning a couple of items that we didn't need. Other services of $175, office supplies of $171, other supplies of $24.16, in-state travel $89 for, and then we have our equipment line, which was $26,256.75, which was for the new cameras in the 2 rooms here at Town Hall. And so that gives us a total advisory, the total expense for the month of $26,847.89. That's for the expenses, and then with the, if we added the 2 together, it would be up around $30,000 for the month of May. Or $29,960.91. And so far, the installation of the cameras has proven a success. Much better image for the viewer. So thanks for getting that done, Pat.
No problem.
Also in your packet, some of the items that we just discussed that we paid for. The one which is for $26,540.36 for the video equipment, some tripod mounting plates, some office supplies, and the mileage for Patrick to go return items and go head to a conference and cover the Blackstone Valley Technical School Committee meeting. And then also we have our monthly charge of $175 for internet. And that was it for the month. We have the minutes of May 14th that are here for your approval.
Make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Also in the packet is a letter to Charter regarding our PEG access money which will be our budget for fiscal '20. And the town administrator, it was a 3% increase over this year. It'll be a total of $65,456. And after year 4 in the contract, that amount will continue without any intervention by the Board of Selectmen to increase by 3% for the remainder of the license period. Also, we have from Jean Lovett, our finance director for the town, instructions for year-end procedures for closing out our finances for the year, which we are in pretty good shape at this point, I would assume, because everything is sort of put together monthly, so there's no surprises to be had. We don't have any huge encumbrances that we will carry over into the next year. So we just need to close out, and if you need any help, let us know, or a signature or two.
Yep.
Which brings us to our cable coordinators report.
So attached, there's the May 2018 meetings report. Just had the one page where there was a no quorum for one of the meetings. A few cancellations. That's about it. Not a lot of surprises.
And PB stands for?
Planning board.
Planning board, okay, thank you.
So they didn't plan their meeting. Bad joke. So
One on 522, that was canceled since there's no, it's pink, but there's no comment.
yeah, it was canceled before the person showed up.
Okay.
So they didn't get paid.
Okay.
Never seen no quorum on a planning board before.
It's up top. It's 5-9.
It's on this sheet here.
No, I'm just saying I haven't seen that in the past.
Oh, you haven't seen that with that? Yeah, I don't see a lot of it from planning board, definitely.
I was on it for 8 years. And
Yeah.
every
It could have been, sometimes there's automatic postings and then people forget to clean those up if they're not gonna meet, but it could be something as easy.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on, 515, we upgraded the Tightrope software, so the Cablecast to a new build, the bulletin board software to a new version, and then the SX video overlay, which essentially puts, the overlay over the video. So that's all brand new.
That's all part of our annual contract price?
Yeah, we get free, well, we pay a fee every year to get the upgrades
Okay.
at that cost. 522, there was a fiber jumper installed between the community room and the cable office, which it was installed as part of the infrastructure of the municipal center. They did a wiring infrastructure, and I sort of said, like, in a dream world, we'd have a fiber jump between there, and they threw it in, so as part of the project. So we have that to work with at a future time. Now we have a fiber node in our broadcast rack that we can take advantage of that terminates in the community room. So, eventually we'll be able to take advantage of that with some equipment.
Okay.
522.
I have to take this call, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Be as fast as I can.
Can we just pause?
You want me to pause? Yeah.
Can we pause, please? Okay, so the fiber jumper is installed
Fiber jumper is installed.
from the community room, okay?
Also, so they, as part of the municipal center infrastructure, they added network jumps from every room in the building, including the community room, and I had them put it in right back where our equipment is, with the idea being that I can tap into the Azure Key Pro video recorder over the network, so I can network in the files now to the, so it's just, instead of walking over there, pulling the thing out, bringing it in here, and then putting it back in. Because the only reason that bothered me is that there's many nights where I'd go to walk out and I'd run back in because I realized I left the drive in my desk and not in the machine, and the next person in there is going to be like, this thing's not working, you know. But this way I'll be able to network it in and just pull the files over, which is, you know, as ideal as it gets. So
Yep. Sounds good.
6.2, we had received a call about covering a concert that was happening at Douglas Farms and Orchard, and we sent someone down, we sent Sarah down to record it, and she kind of walked around and did a tour of the place and spoke to the people. And when I edited it up, I said, really, it's kind of, it's a program on its own. It's a program that, you know, we've discussed before, and the town administrators actually asked me about before, if we could do sort of a highlight of a local business or organization or whatever. It just kind of naturally turned out into that. So I named it Community Profile. I figure it's a new segment that we can feature on the public channel if we get something like that, where we can, you know, kind of highlight something. Instead of just mere coverage, you actually have some information in there as well.
It looked good.
Yeah, it looked
Oh, great.
amazing. I thought Sarah did a great job on the camera work. And, you know, I think that we can use that segment as sort of a template to base something like that on.
Yeah, if somebody wanted to, if you ask somebody if they wanted to do it, they say, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I can just show them that.
You have something to show 'em. I doubt if you'll find such talkative people anywhere else, but but you can only hope. But that came out really well. I learned things I didn't know.
What's that?
It's my next door neighbor.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So great. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah. And I don't know why 522. Oh, well, the network. Oh, that could copy
That's
and
the same
paste it.
date.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
I won't take two updates in
Okay.
one. 6.8. So, in order to take advantage of the new network drops, I purchased a unmanaged switch, a network switch that we placed into the IT server rack that they patched over. So, really, any jump in this whole building I could take advantage of if I wanted to. There's really not a reason right now to. But in that room, in order to take advantage of it, we had to patch it in through their server and our subnet.
Good.
So that's done. So now we're officially hooked up in that room. Upcoming, I'm going to be working with the high school. We talked about you know, doing some things with their video rack equipment, and we have 2 roomfuls of cameras, video switchers, stuff like that. That's all standard definition, which is what they currently work in. So I'm hoping that the week of the 25th, 29th, they'll be able to have someone deliver that rack here, and then I'm going to just remove everything and rebuild it from scratch with all of our newer stuff.
Great.
And then the other coming up is the FY18 financial reconciliation, which should go smooth. Like you said, I've already reconciled up to this date, so it's just whatever happens this month, really.
Great.
So really, for equipment, I have in here we have the Sony PXWX70 cameras are the ones that we use for these public events, and we use them for government events that happen outside of this building. They work off of SD cards, and the files are pretty big, and it does take a little while to absorb these files into the actual system. So when I was looking at SD cards, they do have like really high speed SD cards, which will hopefully transfer that information quicker. So I was hoping to get Each camera has 2 cards, so I was gonna get 6 cards, 2 per camera.
Okay.
About $690, because they're about 115 each, but hoping if the transfer is that much fast, I mean, it should be about 3 times faster, which will really make things snap along. So I'd be looking to buy those, and then an additional 19-inch rack mount program monitor for the DHS rack, because the one thing they don't have is a good monitor in that. They have a really old monitor, so that's the one thing I'd probably would want to buy for that rack. And we do have in our equipment, we have 2,600 left this year, so we're fine as far as those purchases.
Well, you have a quote for the monitor.
I have a quote for the monitor. You know, I was just looking on Amazon for the SD cards, but I suppose I could get a quote from B&H.
Yeah, I'm sure they sell them. So we need a motion for the expense? Or should we just
think
go
you
ahead
probably
with this purchase?
Wouldn't hurt to make a motion, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're looking for a motion to the cards and the monitor?
66, yeah, for about $1,100, $1,200.
Yeah. Make a motion that we approve spending $1,100 for the purchase of a program monitor and 6 high-speed SD cards.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Right?
Aye. Opposed, so voted.
And that was it for me.
And do we have any other business before us tonight, gentlemen?
Did you? Oh,
What?
ProSound came and looked at the room.
That's right.
Yes.
And
I didn't even put that in my updates, did I?
No, you didn't.
Sorry about that.
Charlie Tepper from ProSound, he's really knows his stuff, and he came and he measured and looked around, saw what our needs are, and he's going to get back to us.
Okay,
Probably a
just
couple more weeks.
this is to improve the audio quality for the people at home so that they can hear what's going on in the audience, and so the audience can actually hear what's going on at this table when there's a crowd in the room, which gets very difficult. So that'll be a huge improvement. So we'll look forward to that in the new fiscal year.
He's done a lot of that, and he was, like Pat was saying, it was nice to hear him say, it's complicated.
Yeah.
You know, it would seem like it would be easy, but he's like, I got to put some thought into this.
Yeah. Well, the audio's funny stuff.
Yeah.
Not as easy as everybody thinks it is.
But there are a lot of solutions now with new technology.
Yep. So good. Our next meeting is scheduled would be, I believe, about July 9th.
Yeah, I think
But
it's
I will not be in town on July the 9th. And I don't know, since it's summer, whether we want to think about meeting on an as-needed basis for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to me.
Then why don't we do that? The only other thing is that I will not be in town next Wednesday, and the payroll will need to be signed, but since we're gonna send a note to the clerk about the vote tonight, if you could sign that, that would be wonderful.
Okay. Well, I get a email or something, so I just need to.
Yes, Pat will tell you when it's ready.
Okay.
And you know what? I don't know if this will fit for other business or if it's something we'd have to put on the agenda, but I know, so we do the Municipal Modernization Act, the Modernization Act, where we're allowing one member of the committee to sign vouchers and stuff like that.
You should do that.
That'll need to be renewed for FY19 as well.
And so I would defer to Fred as chair to be that designee.
So I think that they would need a vote. I think they need a committee vote. So I don't know
So,
if fit right now or if we have to.
could we have a motion to appoint Fred as the signatory for the, what is it, the Town Modernization?
Municipal Modernization
Okay.
Act.
To be able to sign vouchers without the entire committee?
So moved.
Second? I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so voted. And that goes to the
That'll go
clerk as
to-
well? Or the Jean?
That'll go to Gene, and then from the, yeah, so then Fred, whenever I have vouchers or anything, you could come in and sign it, and then I just have to present it to the committee in the next meeting packet, like I did with the ones that you saw here.
Does this need to come from you or from one of us?
I'll check. I'm pretty sure I can do it as long as I provide him the meeting minutes,
Okay,
so.
okay, that'd be good. That's the next meeting, so I guess I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So voted. The Cable Advisory Committee will adjourn at 7:42.